Hi, in this lesson we are going to develop the seventh and final scene of our animation. Right-click in the project panel, New Composition, and name it Scene 7. Keep the same presets but set the duration to 5 seconds, 20 frames. Right-click New, Solid to create a white background. Lock this layer. Create a rectangle with a stroke of 15 pixels and no fill. Double-click on the tool and a rectangle has been created the size of the composition. Change the name to Rectangle 1. Let's adjust the size here in the path. Don't forget that you need to click here to remove the Constraint Proportions option. Make it 1040 wide and 250 high. Now what we'll do is add a trim path effect. Right at the beginning, we'll create a keyframe on Start. Go to second one to add another. Make the first keyframe 100%. And we get this effect. Select both keyframes, right-click Keyframe Assistant Easy Ease. Go to second 4 and add another keyframe on Start and another at second 5. We'll make the last one 100% so it disappears. With Start selected, go to the graph editor. Select the Edit Speed graph. Drag the anchor points towards the middle. The same for the other one. Preview, and this is what we have. Great! Now we'll duplicate this rectangle twice, so Ctrl D twice. We have 3 rectangles now. Apply this color code to the stroke of the first rectangle. Use this code for the second rectangle. OK. Press U and here are our keyframes. Let's move rectangle 2 5 frames forward. And move number 3 10 frames forward. Apply this color to the third. Let's see. They appear, then they disappear. But we still need to adjust this part here a little. Select these keyframes and move them to second 3, frame 25. And the next line back to frame 20. Good, let's have a look. Much better. Now we're going to create the text. Press U to hide the keyframes. Select the text tool and click to type. This is what I'll type. Verdana font, bold, 70 pixels. But I'll change the second part to regular. Center the text in the Align panel. And now we'll adjust the rotation and the position. Press R for the rotation, then Shift and P for the position. On the position, we're going to separate the dimension of X and Y, because we are only going to rotate on the Y-axis. Go to frame 15 and add a keyframe on the Y position and rotation. Press U. Now we just have these values here. Go to second 2 and add another 2 keyframes. And at second 3, frame 20, place the last ones. Right at the beginning, we want this text to be outside of the rectangle. Up here like this. At second number 2, it's in the middle. And at the end, we need to make it disappear from view. Select this keyframe and drag the text down like this. As for the rotation, it's at 0% at the beginning, 1 in the middle, and -3 at the end. That's our animation so far. Select all the keyframes and right-click to Easy Ease. It hasn't changed much. Go to the graph editor to add an effect. Select this keyframe and drag the anchor point upwards so it starts off quickly. But this line needs to be above the keyframe so we get a light bounce effect. Somewhere around here. Let's have a look. Increase the height a little more. Okay, there we go. We also need this part to go faster, so we'll increase the values, dragging the anchor points upwards like this. In rotation, the -3 should be quicker. So adjust the curve like this. There's the effect. Select the motion blur tool and apply it to the text. And when the text moves down quickly, it blurs, as you can see. Let's add another text. Ctrl D to duplicate this one. U to see the keyframes. We need to move these keyframes forward. Select them and move them to second 2. Let's see if that's the right place. Okay, change this text. I'll put the name of the website, tutspad.com. Here we put -1 degrees. And right at the end, set the rotation to 3. And this is what we have so far. The next step is to add an alpha matte. Ctrl D on rectangle 1 to duplicate it. U to see the keyframes. We are going to eliminate these keyframes with our timeline right in the middle. So we'll get rid of them, clicking on the stopwatch. Add a fill. Okay. We're going to place these texts underneath the rectangle layers, and this rectangle 4 on top of the text. Call it Mat 1. Ctrl D to duplicate. Mat 2. Put Mat 1 on top of the first text. Click down here to see the track mat. And Alpha Mat 1 on this one. And Alpha Mat 2 on this one. Preview, and here's our animation. Maybe you could adjust the speed or whatever you feel like changing. We've seen all the techniques of this course, which I hope will be very helpful to you in your future projects. You can change the elements using the tips I've shown you. There's just one more lesson where I'll show you how to join all the scenes together and export them. See you there.